Do we really need God in our life? How y'all feel about that?
I don't want to.
Can I start with that?
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
So I don't like to consider myself a traditional Christian.
Okay.
I was born and raised in a Christian household. My mom was ordained as a pastor when I was 1, so it was just a constant for me. As I got older, I felt like the connection needed to be more of me finding who and what God is versus somebody in a pulpit telling me. You see a lot of things in churches that are not the same thing when you get out in real life. Especially when it comes to people.
Truly.
And I feel like even if you were reading the Bible and you look at Jesus, a lot of his work was not done inside of a church.
Not at all.
It was outside with normal people going through everyday life, and not the most perfect of people either. I think there are a lot of things in different, I don't like to call it religion because that's man-made, in different faiths that correlate. I believe just because we speak different languages and things are interpreted differently, if you look at different languages, even how we speak it, you're going to see different interpretations of one thing. And a lot of them are what they call monotheologists or monotheologists. So it's you have all of these correlations. I feel like you can take a lot from everything. I feel like a big part of is finding that connection of things other than yourself. I feel like we witness it and go through it every day, from acts of kindness to what we consider miracles. I mean, just me speaking in general, I feel like there are times when I'm like, there is no way this is gonna happen, and then boom,
It comes through.
and you just like, how? And there is no other way than just saying, you know what, that was the universe. That was nothing around me
That should have made that.
should have made that possible.
Right.
And I feel like some of us go through life and deny that, just because I feel like some people, like the way that it's perceived is there's this man in the sky that controls everything we do. But if you're really reading the text, even your fate is not really, it's predestined, but it's written. But it's written in so many different ways.
Yeah.
People think it's just written in one. There are so many paths you can take from your choices. So you could go this way and it could be the straight and narrow. You can go this way and it could be wide and broad. You can get different things from that. The Bible says you lead to destruction with the wide and broad. Straight and narrow leads you to life. Do I think you need God in your life? To answer this question, yeah, man. But you don't know everything. This universe is so vast. We're finding things every day. New universes, new galaxies. People are saying that scientists are saying there's alternate universes. I mean, to be able to believe that and not believe that there's something somehow designing all of this, or just setting it in motion and then it just becoming this. I mean, it's hard to just say no.
I agree.
It's hard to say that I used to do music and I used to take this very personally when I first heard this verse in the Bible, but it says your tongue can bring life or death. And a lot of people don't realize that the words they say on a regular basis, it's creating things.
Creating your reality.
It's creating your reality.
Creating your reality.
And I mean, a huge thing with manifestation, when you're manifesting, you have to speak it and already be knowing that you are. People are like, you're not there yet, but you're in the motion of doing it. As long as you're in the motion of practicing, you're doing it. You might not be a master yet, but you're never a master. If you consider yourself a master, you're gonna stop learning. You're gonna fall way behind. So to me, in order to make it further in life, you have to submit to a master. You have to be a subordinate to something to learn from. What better to learn from somebody that's walked, an entity that's walked this earth, what we consider perfectly.
Yeah, man. like you said, everything moves in harmony. So you have to think that there's some sort of intelligent design that makes everything work the way it works. You know,
Right.
the oxygen with the trees, like we breathe out carbon dioxide, it gives us oxygen. Just everything is in harmony. That's just an example, but like you said, the Bible, I mean, it's the acronym, a book of instructions to live by. Like it's literally giving you instructions on how to live your life. When you look at how so much evil there is in the world, there has to be good. Everything, there's always an opposite of everything. If everything is, you look at, like, you know, talking about the conspiracy ship, the Illuminatis and all that. If there's really that kind of evil that exists, there has to be something on the other end of that.
That's what you feed into.
Exactly. So
People. I feel like it's so much easier to believe evil because there's so much around us.
Yeah.
We just see it on a regular basis. You see it on the news.
Yeah.
You know, we see in this war right now, and you just like, man, how is this happening? And as you say, I feel like there are times even now where we're just like, when is it going to be something that's just like, yo, this needs to stop?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is when people need to start realizing too that you are, I don't like to say I am God, but I am of.
Yes.
Well, it says you're in His image. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not to get off.
So I mean, no, dude, it's take
what
the
it
church,
says.
bro. I
That's
mean,
what it says.
you asked that question. So
But what's wrong with saying that though? I think people need to get more comfortable with saying that.
what?
What's that?
You are God. I'm
I mean,
he's a God.
I am,
Yeah.
but to
And
me,
the reason why is because God is life. We're living.
Yeah.
God is death. You know what I'm saying? We've seen both. So
In creation,
we see
the power to
creation.
create
We have
is
the
God.
power to create.
and we
We
give
have the
women
power
that.
to take a life.
Yeah.
We're built in His image. It's so much that says God breathed the breath of life into. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much that says that we have God within us. It's just the fact that we have so much stuff to tell us that God is separate from us.
Yes.
And then we get religious passions that projects God as an image in the sky or as being like a foreign entity that we're not familiar with. But you said everything is in harmony. So how can it be something that we're foreign to if it's in perfect harmony with us?
Right.
So God isn't one thing, He's all things. It's not, He's the reason we're here now. He's the vibration of my voice. He's the heart beating in your chest right now. You feel me? It's like, it's so deep that to try to fabricate it into a being is just almost disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
it's
then
too simplistic.
to just think that the meanings of life can only be in like one certain book because everybody's religion just feels like, okay, this is the religion. But what if you're wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then everybody has the same similarities. You have a prophet, you have a godlike, and then you have a lesser evil. You have an evil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the same thing with a yin yang. That's the same thing with your chakra. You have a lower chakra, and then you have your chakra here. You're supposed to think here, your third eye, meaning you're supposed to be in a positive light. You're not supposed to think with your lower chakra, but everybody has those bad feelings.
Carnal.
They have those, wow, do some wow. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from your lower chakra. It's not like we're anything different from anything else.
Yeah.
The world has good and evil. We have good and evil.
Right.
Everything lives and dies, but all of that in itself is God. You know what I'm saying? So to try to put like these places, like people put heaven and hell, like all of these places and all of that, like these are perceptions of things that are gonna happen that are inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say that somebody, like people will say, oh, he's done evil in his life, but he's going to hell. And we automatically think like, I know he's going to hell. I've done it. But you don't know that because any of that is a perception of what you've been through. So if you die, you know you got good in your heart. You know what I'm saying? That means you got God within you. You know that God is going to keep you with that positive energy, and energy carries on forever. It was here before you, it's going to be here after you. So if you within that positive energy, you live on forever. So that's a sense of heaven. But if you got a low vibration, you did so much wrong in your life, you leave here without God in your heart. You know what I'm saying? So there goes your hell. You're going to constantly dwell within the darkness. You know what I'm saying? And then like they say, oh, majority of people is going to go to this hellacious place. That's because dark matter is everywhere. You You know what I'm saying? And most people gravitate towards what's there. So a negative and a negative make a positive. You know what I'm saying? People like, how this negative stuff going on? And ain't nothing happening about it. Because they have negative agendas, the negative stuff is happening, but it's a positive to their agenda. It's a positive to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a negative and negative make a positive. But if we can go off the equation of that, we can know positive and positive make a positive. You know what I'm saying? If we keep positivity going, it can outweigh what darkness that we got going on. And then we won't have that, but we always project God as separate from ourselves. So do we need God? Definitely, but it ain't even a need, it's a knowing. We gotta know that God is within us. We gotta know we are God's. We gotta really feel that and not feel bad like, oh, I'm doing something bad by myself. Nah, you're not doing nothing bad. I see the God within all of y'all.
Just acknowledging it.
I see it within all of y'all.
Yeah. I agree with that. I will echo that. What all of you gentlemen said was fantastic because it was a little bit of everything I would have said in each one of you. So, perfect.